Hey guys, this is AJ22 coming today with some more Fallout 4. It's actually been a while since I recorded. What was I doing? I was solving robot murder, apparently. So this robo-brain, who used to be a person, who put his brain into a robo-brain, presumably to live forever, because he doesn't care about, you know, having a human body. He just wants to live forever somehow. Was killed by one of the other robo-brains that used to be people. And now, because I lied and said I was the detective that this guy was looking for, you know, just to get in here, I have to solve the mystery. Got it. Fantastic. And there's clearly a trail of brain juices. It's not blood, it's brain juices.
Is this blood?
No, Mel, it's brain juices. Get with the program, sweetie. Leading over to this baseball bat. Fence Buster.
Hell yeah.
Ignore 30% of the target's damage and energy resistance. Okay.
One threatened their life.
A baseball bat? Huh.
Very successful.
What's this doing here?
Nick, you're supposed to be a detective. Why are you not helping me? Fine, whatever. Let's go talk to this guy.
Hello again, detective.
Yeah.
Was there anything else?
I found the murder weapon.
I found the murder weapon.
Oh, she's doing the...
That's the back
she's
of
doing the silver trap thing again. I love it.
You don't think he could be involved, do you? I can't imagine him ever doing such a thing.
Mr. McKinney.
Was there anything else?
Tell me about the victim.
Tell me about the victim.
Mr. Ezra Parker was the primary owner and financier for the hotel. He had vast experience managing venture projects around the world. It was his idea to have our premier clients become investors in the vault section of the hotel. He worked with Vault Tech to have this built to their every specification.
So this wasn't actually a Vault
Was
Tech
there
vault.
anything
This
else?
other guy sponsored it. Interesting. Clearly the residents are robots. Maybe he'll tell us more about the residents if I ask this, though.
Your residents are robots.
Not robots, detective. Well, not exactly, anyway. I believe the term they use is robo-brain. Back before the war, the residents
Yeah.
decided the best
Did he
way
tell
to
me
break
this
it
last
down was
episode
to
and I
put
just
their
forgot?
brains inside
Can I skip
robotic
this?
chassis. Was there anything else?
Right?
No, I'm good.
Never mind.
I'll be here, should you need
Melanie's being so cheeky about this. I love it. I completely forgot that Longfellow was still with us.
Hard to not let it get to you sometimes.
Yeah. Alright, so it... Unless, what's his name? The guy that they were just talking about, McKinney. Unless he's, like, flat out crazy or something. Thought for sure there'd be a way in there from here. I guess it's over this way. Unless he's flat out crazy or something, I don't see him being the one who did this. Is why would he use a weapon that is...
Red paint?
Interesting.
This isn't blood. It's red paint.
Very interesting. I was wondering why there'd be actual red blood coming out of a robot that doesn't actually have blood.
Looks like the brain enclosure was smashed.
Okay, so... Could this have been staged? Is this not really him, maybe? Or somebody... Oh, I think I see what happened. Somebody wanted to frame McKinney. So they picked a weapon that would be used... They picked a weapon to use that would be very easily linked to him and then made a fake blood trail to the weapon from this guy. Is this anything different? No, it's just more fake blood. Okay, so... Who would do that? Wasn't there a theater guy? Like a theater director guy who was out here talking about how dramatic this was? Or some other thing like that?
Protect and serve.
Yep, you keep doing that, buddy. No idea how long this mystery is going to take, guys, and I'm probably going to stop this video right after this mystery is over. I meant to say this right as we started, but I forgot. Just to let you guys know, if this episode ends up being shorter than usual. Yeah, this guy. He's like a painter or something, isn't he? And he's painting the generator. Dude, you dumb.
Well.
And the arts? Does that cruel muse call you to her entrapping bosom?
Let's be nice to this guy.
Art is life. Without it, we are no different than animals.
Perhaps. If all we are is a sentience floating in a suit of flesh, or metal, I suppose, then art is the only true communion with the world. Come with me.
Interesting. So I got on his good side. That's good.
Tell me, what does this piece say to you?
It's about composition. The balance of colors and emotions and the struggle to maintain internal order.
Indeed.
It's actually about what I would have said in real life.
I did in a series of portraits of Gilda.
So I like to sound pretentious.
Her emotional landscape is superimposed on the portrait. The reality of the subject is distorted as the ego attempts to project itself. This way.
As of right now, this guy is my prime suspect.
Tell me, what does this one say to you?
It's the war. Bombs from every direction. No up or down. The world turned on its head.
I suppose in a way it must be. Art shapes the world, and the world shapes art in return.
I'm really glad I'm a
Art
charismatic
must
character.
therefore be constantly reborn through the lens of contextual and historic interpretation. He must ascend.
I'm assuming he means literally, like we're going up the ramp. Does he have any red paint in here? Wait, has he used red paint anywhere? Yeah, over there. And yet I don't see any red paint anywhere.
This one. And please be honest, for art without honesty is just politics.
This one here? The kitty?
It's a metaphor. A young creature grappling with ideas it doesn't possess the capability to understand.
Intriguing. The mind will superimpose meaning where none was intended.
Yeah. Yeah, look at any examination of a classical piece of literature. I mean, yeah, some of it's there, but most of what people place onto the work is just nothing. I have no freaking idea.
My fellow connoisseur of the art, here to see my latest work.
Did you have any thoughts about the murder?
The person you should be looking at is Juliana Riggs. That Philistine would not know art from her own ex.
That doesn't make her a suspect, though, dude.
Rather dramatic fight recently. You could hear her banshee screeches all the way across the hotel.
Okay.
What were Juliana and Ezra arguing about?
I don't know. I was painting at the time and I was trying to block it out. Though I bet Gilda probably heard them. Maybe you should check with her.
That's interesting. I would expect this person to immediately call attention to this McKinney guy or whatever. This McKinney person. If they wanted to frame them. Interesting.
I found red paint at the crime scene. Know anything about that?
No, actually. Ezra borrowed my last can. Now I can't find it.
Unless this Santiago guy is smarter than I'm giving him credit for, and he's staging he's creating a two-stage frame job here.
It sounds like you've done a lot of paintings of Gilda. Why her?
Our Gilda is a very singular creature, detective. Do you not see the joie de vivre from within her?
I haven't met her yet.
I have never met another who clings to life so tenaciously, who lives so in the moment. I must admit I was quite smitten with her for a time.
Only for a time, though.
You're still in love with Gilda, aren't you?
So what if I am? What business is it of yours? She deserves someone who truly understands her ephemeral beauty. Not that
Okay. So is Ezra McKinney? Is it Ezra McKinney? Okay.
Maybe later.
Good. I hope my paintings are able to open
Okay,
my
so I'm starting to put
possibilities.
a picture together here. Let's go talk to Ezra and Gilda. What's over here? Can I open this? There's a person. Okay. Who are you?
Hello, Mr. Whiskers. Who's a pretty kitty?
Juliana, yeah,
think
Mr.
you're gonna have
Whiskers died last month. This is Scruffy. Remember?
Oh, of course. Silly me.
Just let me have a look at the neural interface matrix, and I'm sure I can clear that.
No, it's not that. I've just caught another cold. Probably something that got in when they sent Pearl out.
Oh, God. Not this again. Last month you were convinced you had the
These two are weird.
You're not a doctor. What would you even know about it? Besides, I think it may be hilarious.
First of all, I am a doctor.
Yes, but not a real doctor. Robotics.
Ooh, burn. What do you got to say to that, buddy?
Secondly, I've told you time and again, you can't get sick inside the suit. It's not physically possible.
I know when I'm getting sick, Bert. Now why don't you just wander off and play in your lab? Mr. Scruffy and I are going to rewrite the will, so he will get everything when I die because horrible Bert didn't believe me.
Oh, God, Juliana.
Have fun,
Whatever.
dear.
I'm going to the lab.
Wait.
Detective, did you need something?
Yeah.
Did you have any thoughts about the murder?
She's so melodramatic.
That's not really my field of expertise, but I'm sure there are probably some clues at the crime scene.
Yep.
Oh, was there something else, Detective?
Yep, just wanted to badger you repeatedly.
Tell me about yourself.
Oh, well, I'm a scientist. You've probably met my wife, Juliana, already. I'm not sure what else.
If you stick your brain in a robot, why do you keep your old man voice? Why don't you get rid of it? Seriously. Just doesn't make sense.
Tell me about your research.
Well, I was one of the leads on the team that created the first robo-brains. The precursors
Interesting.
to our model. Most
You are
people
responsible for a lot of
don't
trouble
find it interesting in
faced by a lot of Fallout protagonists.
Oh, was there something else, Detective?
I'd like to hear more about your research.
Oh, wonderful. No one else here really wants to talk about it. Functionally, this model is more or less the same as the previous versions I worked on, but without the neural inhibitor and the reconditioning. The voice modulator seems to have some minor issues interfacing with the neural matrix, which can add some moodiness. But that's easily solved with regular tune-ups. Oh, was there something else?
Can I ask you more about his research? Yeah.
I'd like to hear more
Keep it
about your
going.
research.
I'm afraid that's really all I should say about it. I mean, it is still classified.
Dude, there's not even a government.
I
It can't be
want to
classified
help
anymore.
with the investigation. Oh, was there something else, Detective?
Alright. Let's get to the meat and potatoes of this thing.
I heard that Juliana and Ezra had an argument a few days before he was found dead. Tell me about that.
Well, I was in my lab.
Now, Ezra's the dead guy.
I didn't hear it.
Okay, I really need to go and talk to
Juliana has
everybody.
always been rather critical of Mr.
I don't have the
Parker.
full
I think
cast
she
of
found
characters here
something
yet.
in the overseer's office. I wasn't listening when she told me about it. I kind of had my head in my research.
Yeah, you seem like the
I
type.
don't know, really. I try to let her handle all the money stuff. Oh, was there something else?
Search the overseer's office.
Robo-brains have a voice modulator? Tell me about that.
That's what allows us to
That's what I
recreate our
figured.
original voices.
Oh, that gives me an interesting
A
thought.
really normal human voice, actually. I've speculated for some time that the issues we had with our recruited subjects is due to the brain attempting to preserve a sense of self. Maintaining our original voices helps reinforce the neural network, sort of like playing music for an Alzheimer patient.
Well, that answered my
Was
question.
there something else, Detective?
That brings up an interesting question. Someone could use the voice modulator to flawlessly lie. That's neat. That's a neat idea. I hope it plays into this somehow.
Maybe later.
Very well. I'll just get back to my work then.
Okay. Where's your crazy lady wife? Where's she at? Sweetie, you need to get some tune-ups.
Did you have a question about the heinous murder?
What are your thoughts on the case?
Did you have any thoughts about...
Oh, this is terrible. Just
You asked me
go.
if it's one of those actors. Or that horrible painter. Their type is always the cause of violence.
Huh.
Tell me about yourself.
Stop doing that.
Juliana Riggs, heiress to the Riggs fortune and wife of Bert Riggs. I'm not sure what else you expected, Detective.
I heard you had a big fight with Ezra a few days ago. Care to explain?
Oh, well, it wasn't that big a deal, really. He wanted more money to pay for repairs on the hotel. I wasn't feeling well that day and lost
she's
out
got
on
a,
the poor man. I really should have listened to him more.
germ mask thing on her face. I just noticed that.
What's with all the junk in here?
These are our things. We're just waiting till the war blows over so we can bring them back to the mansion.
Are you... What? Are you that... What? Do they have no idea what's going on outside?
Maybe later.
Good luck catching the murderer, Detective.
Interesting. I don't trust her at all. This whole... Oh, I'm sick, I don't know what's going on around me thing could be an act. Recharging station. I really want to take all this stuff in here. There's some useful stuff in here. She's an immortal robot crazy cat lady. That's fantastic. Alright, you're the painter guy. I talked to you. Okay, so Ezra was the killer. Or Ezra was the victim, rather. Jeez. Oh, holy crap. The painter guy is Santiago, I think was his name. Those were the Riggses. Jeez, there's a lot of characters in here that you're expected to get to know very, very quickly. Let's head over to the other side.
Protect and serve.
Does it, like, give me his name when I look at him or anything? No. I've probably got something in my journal I could look at.
And serve.
Is this, like, the kitchen? Hey, dude. Can I talk to you? Apparently not. Okay. There's the overseer's office. I am supposed to check that.
Detective agency signs are an eyesore. They sure bring in the business.
Alright, this... There's Gilda.
You think I'm stupid? I saw the way he looked at you. You're gonna tell me that's nothing?
It wasn't like that. We were friends. He helped me out of a tight spot or two is all.
There's exercise equipment in here. You guys are robots.
Well, he put the moves on my best girl.
Seriously.
But now the law is on our tail. What are we going to do?
This is probably Gilda's room.
Let's leave this dark hole
Got
of
the
the
star
city
on it.
behind. We can be in Buenos Aires by tomorrow.
Oh, I want to believe you, I do.
Keith McKinney. Okay, so that's McKinney. That's the one that
We'll make our stand here.
seems to be... that they seem to be trying to frame whoever did this.
No, 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 no. The line is, then we'll make our stand here. Two lovers together with a bullet for each of them.
God, why can't I ever get that line?
I don't know. It seems pretty easy.
I can't do this right.
Piper, don't go up on the stage and bother them. Get
I'm
down.
going to the beach.
Thank you. I know you look fabulous in your dress, but... Alright, so that wasn't the worst thing I've ever seen. You, come here.
Well now, if it isn't the brave detective. I haven't seen someone with a body like that in far, far too long.
Wow. Sorry, but you're not really my type.
Thanks, I suppose. I had some questions about the case.
Surely you'd prefer to hear some tales from my storied acting career rather than talk about some dreadful murder.
I really wouldn't. I'm trying to do my job. But... I'll humor her.
All right.
Keith and I first met when we acted together in Empire on the Nile. It was a period piece, huge production budget. He played Mark Antony, and I, of course, played Cleopatra. Ooh, how I hated that black hair, though. Sean Holzman, he was the director, you see. Well, he threw the most lavish set parties. They were absolutely bacchanalian. Did you need something else?
Tell me about yourself.
My favorite subject. Simply put, darling, I'm the greatest actress in the world. When this international scuffle blows over, I shall return to the silver screen and lead the world to a new golden age.
They really have
of
no idea
cinema.
what's going on outside.
Did you need something
No
else?
idea.
Apparently, Juliana had a big argument with Ezra a few days before he died. Did you happen to overhear any of the conversation?
Oh, yes. I haven't seen a woman go off like that since Teresa Dubois fired her costume designer. But to get back to your question, it was fever pitch, Detective. She had apparently gone to the Overseer's office to check on the state of things and found it in horrible disrepair. But, and this is where it gets interesting, it sounded like she found something that really set her off. Couldn't hear what, though.
Weird.
Did you need something else?
Did you have any thoughts about the murder?
Well, it is a bit strange how obsessed Santiago has been with the
Yeah,
murder.
it is, isn't it?
I mean, he's always been a bit obsessive, though. He did a whole series of paintings of me, hundreds. Said I was his muse. It was flattering for a while, but the man is a bit much, even for me. Did you need something else?
I already investigated him, I thought, but okay.
I found Keith's baseball bat at the scene of the murder. Any thoughts on how it got there?
I don't know, Detective. I can't really imagine Keith killing Ezra. Did you need something else?
I've gotten the impression you've had an affair with Santiago.
Look, I love Keith, I do. But sometimes he just can't give me the attention I need. A girl gets lonely.
Yeah, I noticed when you were flirting with
It only
me.
lasted a few dozen years. The man's a bit much, even for me. Did you need something else?
What were you and Keith talking about when I came in?
Oh, that? We were rehearsing. Gotta stay sharp if we're going to rebuild Hollywood. But Keith always gets flustered when he's upset. Did you need something else?
Maybe later.
Maybe later.
I'll be around.
Interesting.
Languishing from your inattention.
I don't trust her either. I mean, an actress with a voice modulator just seems like the kind of person who could do a very good job hiding their intentions.
Hello, Detective. How can I help? Did you have questions about the case?
What are your thoughts?
Did you have any thoughts about the murder?
I love the way she says that. It's just so dramatic.
He keeps going back to look at the crime scene.
I found your baseball bat at the crime scene. Care to explain how it got there?
Someone is clearly trying to frame me for the murder. It's probably Santiago. You saw him skulking around the crime scene.
What were you and Gilda talking about when I walked in?
Oh, we were just rehearsing a scene. Nothing to worry about.
There's not a lot to say to him.
Maybe later.
Interesting.
Okay. Just let me know how I can help.
I was expecting to be able to tell him that Gilda was having an affair with Santiago, or had an affair with Santiago and gotten a more genuine reaction out of him, but the game wouldn't let me do that. That's unfortunate. Classroom. Interesting. It's just the professor.
Need something?
Yeah, I might as well follow up on him about this. I wanted to anyway.
Have you noticed Juliana acting strangely lately?
Oh, well, I'm probably just being paranoid, but
Interesting.
so much more pleasant lately. I mean, it's been nice, but also a bit unnerving. Most people don't really understand us, but I always appreciated how she can just take charge of a situation. It's what allowed me to focus on my research. I'm worried something has happened to her. She doesn't seem
Oh,
like the
that's
same
interesting.
person. Oh, was there something else, Detective?
That's very interesting. She doesn't want to have her... Oh my god, she's Ezra, isn't she? Ezra dressed up Juliana to look like him and swapped their voice modulators. Or messed with their voice modulators so that they would sound like each other. And then took Juliana's place so that she could write all of that money into the will. Redirect the money to herself, maybe? I don't know. But wow, okay. I think that's what's going on here. I think it's a stolen identity thing.
What do you mean? Juliana's not the same person.
My wife has always been a very harsh woman, Detective. I don't know who it is in our rooms, but that is not my wife, Detective. Oh, was there something else, Detective?
Wow, okay.
Maybe later.
I still want to check the overseer's room, the overseer's office or whatever, because I feel like the last bit of evidence to prove this is going to be up there. How did I get there? I saw it a second ago. Where was it? Like maybe a computer that allows you to control the voice modulators or something? What's in here? Just out of curiosity. Stuff. And also things. What is this? Oh, there's some nice swords over there. Am I allowed to take these things? Maybe I'll be allowed to take these things after I finish helping them, because that's some nice looking, neat, possibly unique stuff that I definitely want to... I can take some of this stuff. Am I allowed to take the stuff in this room? Guys, I think I'm allowed to take the stuff in this room, and I'm going to totally do it. Okay. Yeah.
Nice.
There we are.
Definitely done.
Bobby pin?
Okay, it's just regular swords. Okay, whatever. I was hoping there'd be something special about them. I'm apparently making stuff in there move around, even though I shouldn't be able to. Whatever. Maybe I'll come back later and take all that stuff just for the heck of it. Vault 118 Overseer's Key.
Bingo.
Interesting. Take that stuff because I can. Whose room am I in? That I'm able to take all this stuff. I don't understand. Alright, so this is the way up, I think. Now, this is far more run down than the rest of the vault. Interesting. So they only really seem to care about keeping up the area that's for them. Okay, this looks down on that. Where's the Overseer's office? Is this not the way to the Overseer's office? Nick, help me find the Overseer's office. Was there like a way to it through here that I didn't see? Here we go. Oh, look at how gross this is. It's like they went out of their way to make this look even worse than a regular abandoned vault. Well, the Overseer's dead, clearly. Has been for a while, it looks like. That's still stealing. Why is some of this still stealing? I don't understand. Maybe I have to build up a certain level of affinity to be able to take all the stuff, I guess, maybe? I don't even freaking know. Vault 118 Overseer's Instructions. Come on, there we go. Confidential, Overseer's eyes only, of course. Designed to test the social interactions between the working class and the ultra-wealthy. So, okay, so it was still a regular Vault-Tec vault with its own crap going on. When under confined conditions, working in conjunction with staff from the Cliff's Edge Hotel, this vault shall function as a luxury hotel to attract the necessary testing subjects. Upon beginning the test, additional subjects shall be admitted from the local population into a second, much inferior wing of the vault, which is probably what we were just walking through. Okay, so, and this Ezra guy would have been in on this since he helped finance it. Maybe that's what Juliana found that made her so upset. Of course, read the rest of the stuff. Vault 118 Overseer's Log. I wonder if there's a reason why I could take that, if I'm supposed to, like, play it or something. Resident admittance. Alright, let's go through all of this. Prior to experiment activation, Vault 118 shall function as an ultra-elite hotel. Upon activation, notice from Vault-Tec, the secondary wing of the vault shall be made open to the public and selected from the local working class population. These subjects are to be taken through the exclusive areas in the vault on entry, but therefore confined to the cramped second wing. Once residents have been admitted, the vault is to be sealed until test results can be determined. These guys are such assholes. I almost respect them for it. They're such assholes about it. Preferential treatment. Test Group A, Ultra Elite. This subject group, not to number more than 10, shall have their every desire tended to by robotic staff to the extent that is possible. That's worded really weird. They are considered to be above all legal restrictions when interacting with Test Group B. Holy shit. This subject group should begin numbering 300 and shall be restricted to the second wing of the vault. Measures should be taken to ensure the living conditions are uncomfortable and cramped. Food and other rations are to be extremely limited, and any breach of rules are to be judged by Test Group A and enacted by robotic staff members. They were trying to create an ultra elitist society in here. Wow, okay. Due to the potential for extreme social interactions, I'll say, Vault-Tec staff shall be restricted to the Overseer and key research members. All other security services and maintenance positions shall be filled by robotic staff to ensure safety and test compliance. Wow, this one even had Vault-Tec scared. Holy crap. Okay, Overseer's Log. Change of testing parameters. This is completely unheard of. One of the subjects from testing group A is apparently a researcher for General Atomics. That would be Mr. Riggs. On some sort of advanced robotics program. He and his wife have convinced the other members of Group A that with the international situation becoming tense once again, their best chance to outlast the war is to have their brains inserted into these robots. And they're doing this voluntarily. It's absolutely insane. Okay, I've tried to convince my superiors that this will completely discount the test results, but they seemed more intrigued by the idea than appalled. Of course they were. They're Vault-Tec. Oh, no, I don't want to read them out of order. No. The door wouldn't open. We received the activation notice from Vault-Tec to begin the test, despite the second wing still being incomplete. However, when I attempted to trigger the recruitment protocol for Test Group B, the system informed me that I had been locked out. Someone from Test Group A seems to have overridden the system to prevent the admittance of the local population of the island. They've been pounding on the door for days, and there's nothing I can do. Interesting. I can't take this. Oh god, it's been weeks now, and I realized today that I've become the test subject. Instead of testing the social interactions between the locals and this group of rich assholes, it's been me trapped in here with them. They're going to live forever, and I have to deal with them for the rest of my life. I can't take it. Alright, let's play this tape.
Progress on construction of the second wing of the vault is completely stalled. Once a premier area of the vault had been completed, funding seems to have been cut off. My supervisors have informed me that they haven't received payment from Mr. Parker. Vault-Tec won't pay out of pocket to continue construction.
That's Ezra, right?
I've repeatedly approached Ezra about the finances.
Yeah.
But he keeps telling me that Mrs. Riggs hasn't transferred the funds. However, when I asked her, Juliana said that she had just given Ezra extra for the gold paint in the rooms. I've hired an investigator to look for signs of embezzlement in a few weeks.
Interesting.
Sounds like Ezra was embezzling from his investors.
Yes, it does. And it seems like that would be motive for him to replace Juliana in an attempt to steal all of her money. It's Juliana, but it's not actually Juliana. It's actually Ezra. Ezra has taken Juliana's place and killed her to cover up the evidence.
You picked me up in Vault 114. There are really over 100 of these things?
Seems like it. It's kind of weird. Wow, okay, I'm gonna go talk to Juliana again if I can remember where the heck she is.
Die than be stuck.
Hello, Detective. Did you have a question about the heinous murder?
There's evidence Ezra was embezzling from his investors.
Oh, well, I really don't believe that. Mr. Parker wouldn't do such a thing, I'm sure.
Oh, how sure am I?
I think you're the real murderer.
That's just silly, Detective. Why would I want to kill Mr. Parker?
Give it up. I know your secret, Juliana. Or should I say,
Yep.
Ezra?
Well, Detective, that's quite the claim.
It's a shame. I thought I could keep the ruse going a little longer. Oh, well. Had to end eventually.
That was so cool. This was such a cool quest.
This doesn't have to end in more violence, Detective. Just walk away. I'll leave, and you can tell them I escaped.
Yeah, there's no way in hell that's happening.
Why did you kill Juliana?
I hadn't planned on it, but Juliana figured out what I was doing.
Okay, so it wasn't specifically to steal her money, it was just to shut her up.
I thought I could get a bit more money out of this place before making my
You do
escape.
realize money means
What's it
nothing
going to
anymore.
be, Detective? Join me in getting rich? Or die defending some outdated idea?
Oh, you haven't been keeping up with the times, my friend. Those outdated ideals are coming back.
Not a chance. Your murder spree stops here.
Then let us end this.
Aim straight and true.
Ah, he's running. Gotcha. What have you got?
So something
Ain't doing them any good.
Alright. Let's go tell Maxwell what happened. That was probably the weakest robo brain ever. But, you know, he did have a human brain that wasn't programmed for killing, driving it. You know, just a robot, or a human brain that was a killer. Where's Maxwell at? He's still just standing out here in the middle.
Protect and serve.
I found the killer. It was Ezra. He killed Juliana and took her place to hide his tracks.
My word! I never thought Mr. Parker was capable of something like this. What happened when you confronted him?
He attacked me. But it's over now. Your residents are safe.
There you are, Detective. Payment for your services and a bonus for uncovering such a heinous plot. I don't think we could have done it without
Yeah, you probably couldn't have. Because I'm awesome. Oh, hey, and I got the Idiot Savant bonus from finishing that. Neat. Can I steal your stuff now? No, I still can't steal your stuff. Are you freaking kidding me? whatever. I could probably go flirt with that robo-brain, but I really don't have any desire to do that. Well, guys, one more mystery solved by the Silver Shroud. Oh, hey, I'm still getting stuff. Is this gonna level me? Holy crap, it's gonna level me. Yes, it's gonna level me. Awesome. Alright, let's close the episode out with me picking a perk. Why not? I've been increasing my damage output lately. Let's go for more riflemen. I've been using the combat rifle a lot lately. Fantastic. Guys, I certainly hope you enjoyed this episode. I definitely enjoyed making this episode because this was such a fun quest. It was so cool. That light bulb moment when I figured out what was happening was just such a rush. I love mystery quests. I love mystery stories in general. And this one was quite fun. It could have been a little more in-depth, I guess, but overall, a very enjoyable outing in this game. I am so happy I got to play it. I certainly hope I didn't ruin it for anybody who would like to play it themselves and learn the mystery for themselves. If I have, I'm sorry. Either way, guys, this has been AJ22, and I will talk to you guys later.